God.
In the name of Jesus Christ,
Give thanks to the Lord.
Amen.
The Connecticut Land Company is gonna get rich.
Amen.
We're gonna sell this land and get rich.
We're gonna sell this land and get rich. What land?
The Western Reserve.
But we don't even know what's there.
Why, it's the Promised Land.
How do you know it was promised land?
Because it was promised to us.
It was promised to us? What was promised to us?
The Promised Land, the great land of the Western Reserve.
The great
Land of the Western Reserve.
But what is it?
Why, it's 3 million acres.
What 3 million acres?
3 million acres west of Pennsylvania between the 45th and 42nd parallel.
But what's there?
Yeah, maybe there's nothing there.
We don't have to know what's there. We just have to sell it.
We just have to sell it.
But we can't sell it unless we know what's there.
Can to.
Can to.
Guys! We can't sell something that nobody's ever seen before.
It's a rule.
Rules!
Rules! Rules! Rules! Land ordinance of 1785. The land must be looked at first. It must be marked, measured, and mapped out.
We need a map of the Western Reserve. A map of the Promised Land.
But we can't sell it unless we know what's there.
Yeah, maybe there's.
I don't want to go.
I don't know.
Go where?
To the Western Reserve. We need a map.
Yeah, someone has to know.
I've got tuberculosis.
I can't go. I'm gay.
Faggot! Faggot! You can't go!
I'm out. My testicles are abnormal. They are. They're too big. How big? And dingo size. We need those. We need big ones.
Nothing like a fresh pair of balls to start your day.
We need a
We need a Hercules, a daredevil, a stallion.
We need someone who could last! Moses Cleveland! Director Moses Cleveland! Director of the Connecticut Land Company.
What's that? That's us. Oh.
The Connecticut Land Company hereby commissions Moses Cleveland to superintend the agents to survey the Western Reserve and is fully authorized to transact the above business as we ourselves would do.
Balls.
And other related physical conditions such as tuberculosis and
Being
gay may be unlawful in the contiguous unmapped territories.
So what am I doing again?
Only to the Western Reserve to find land that we can sell. But I'm not just gonna discover land to sell.
You're gonna discover the stuff that dreams are made of!
But it's got to be more than a dream.
It's the Promised Land!
I don't know about this.
And needs a capital city.
The shining city on the hill.
You're a man on a mission.
The city will
Lux, forward-looking heaven.
What a view!
That lake and the way the sun hits it, I could just get lost in its blue.
The river embracing and curling the lake and land.
What a discovery.
What a revelation.
It's biblical.
La 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 la.
Behold the splendor. Behold the virgin unspoiled land. It's just there waiting to be made into a place. It's just there wasting, not making any of us rich. That's why it needs us to give it a name. But what of those that do not like that we are going there? They'll say it's there that they've been there for over a couple thousand years. Oh, let's not mention petty things. Let's not excite the people's fears. There's no one using all this land. It's plain to see it's desperately in need of grace.
Avenue.
The stuff that dreams are made of.
We're gonna get rich! We can't sell a dream. They have to know what's there. They don't. They just have to be.
Believe that they can strike it rich.
Get it big.
Break the bank, make it big, take out like bandits. Yeah! Rules! 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 The land must be mapped out first.
We are the surveyors of the shiny city on the hill.
We're the surveyors of the American dream.
Let's map it out.
Let's map it out!
A plot and a parcel map.
A plot and a parcel map. It still looks like Connecticut. Where's the hill?
Where are the bluffs overlooking heaven?
A plot and a parcel map of Cleveland.
A plot and a parcel map of Cleveland. It still looks like Connecticut.
Damn straight it looks like Connecticut. How are we supposed to sell anything that does not look like home?
It's just
of the river.
It's just a bunch of straight lines with a square in the middle.
The river is not really part of anything. It's just off to one side. It's like the river isn't even there.
This is the way we've always done it. Symmetry, balance.
It just doesn't harmonize with God and nature.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
Symmetry, balance, and order are God's plan.
I think we should do a feasibility study.
God only gave us some chains, a compass, and an axe.
I just think they were being very sloppy about this.
About the study! Fuck all this! I'm out of here!
Hey! Where are you going?
Back to Connecticut. What are you standing here for? You want to take in nature, or do you want to make some fucking money?
Let's make some money.
Let's make some money. Let's make some money. Let's make some money. Let's make some money. Let's make some money. Concord has fine people like you.
Like me?
Fine people like you.
Like
Fine
you.
people like
Like
you.
I'm like you.
So it's mighty fine to breathe in the fresh New England air. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good
Good evening. I got pocket pioneer guys here. I got news about Ohio.
Ohio? Never heard of Ohio.
Ohio! It's a paradise, hot off the presses. Travel west, my brother. Travel west. Pocket pioneer guys here. Have you heard of Cleveland?
What's that you said?
Cleveland!
Never heard of it.
Cleveland! The city on a shining hill with bluffs overlooking heaven. Do you want to go to heaven?
Yeah!
Do you want to go to heaven?
Yeah!
Do you want to go to heaven? I got it right here in the Pocket Pioneer Guide.
I don't have any money.
Yeah, I don't have jack shit.
I got a piece of land. And it's a slice of heaven. And it's going dirt cheap. What you got?
I have 2 cans of beans!
2 cans of beans? 2 cans of beans for a slice of heaven? Who's got more than 2 cans of beans?
I've got gas.
Gas! 40! Who's got more than gas and 2 cans of beans?
I got a pile of shit.
It's some good shit. A pile of good shit! Who's got more than a good pile of shit? 2 cans of beans and gas? Going once? Going twice? Sold!
Hey, that's my pile of shit. How am I supposed to get to Cleveland?
I quit! You can't quit!
People can't.
We're selling a dream. We're gonna make a shit pile of money.
People can't even get to Ohio. They're dying, even trying.
We're not trying hard enough.
They've lost everything.
They're dropping like flies.
They haven't lost hope.
Oh, I think it's pretty
Are you giving up
damn
on hope?
hopeless.
Are you giving up on hope?
Yeah.
Really?
It's 1835, and no one is living in Cleveland.
They're either dying or leaving. I mean, do you want to live in Cleveland?
Do you want
Do you wanna live in Cleveland?
Do you want to live in Cleveland? Do you want to
Oh,
live in
come
Cleveland?
on.
Keep coming and
Oh, this
coming.
fucking shit, man.
Songs of hope. Everyone's humming. They're filling in that stinking swamp, dredging Auburn, working nonstop. Fellow trees with an axe and a rope. They may be dying, but by God, they're dying with hope. They're dying of hope. They're dying of hope. By God, they're dying. maybe, maybe,
We can come up with something.
We can make a plan.
Why, sure we can make a plan. We can subdivide the land.
And sell it for twice as much. But we don't have any money.
Well, Bob, no one's gonna lend us money.
We'll open up a bank and lend it to ourselves.
That'll never
we
work.
Go to prison.
We can't go to prison if we're financiers.
You ever hear of a banker going to jail?
Fuck no.
Let's make some money. Let's make some money. Let's make some money.
Do I hear 1,000? 1,000 for the front page, for the front page, for the front page, 1,000?
1,000.
1,000. Do I hear 2,000?
2,000.
2,000. Do I hear 5,000? 5,000. 5,000. $5,000. $5,000. Put the front page, put the front page, put the front page. Going once. Going twice. Sold. He's gonna grab him by the pussy.
I'm gonna grab him by the pussy.
But we don't have $5,000.
We'll borrow it and sell it for twice as much and no one will ever know. We'll borrow it and sell it for twice as much and no one will ever know. We'll borrow it and sell it for twice as much and no one will ever know.
Do I hear 6,000? 6,000 titty fuck, titty fuck, titty fuck, titty fuck, titty fuck, titty fuck. 6,000 titty fuck. 6,000. Do I hear $8,000 big pair of tits? 8,000. 8,000 for a big pair of tits. Do I hear 10,000? Titty fuck, titty fuck, titty fuck, titty fuck.
10,000.
A big pair of titties for the man with the macaroni and cheese hair.
Boobies.
But we don't have $10,000.
We'll borrow and sell it for twice as much.
And no one will ever
know.
know. We'll borrow and sell it for twice as much and no one will ever know. We'll borrow and sell it for twice as much and no one will ever know. Do I hear 1 million? 1 million, big dick, 1 million. 1 million, big dick. 2 million, do I hear 2 million, big dick? 2 million. 2 million. Do I hear 3 million, big dick, 3 million, big dick, big dick. Do I hear 3 million? 3 million. Going once, going twice. Sold. The man with the biggest dick in the room. I am the biggest dick in the room.
But we don't have however million that was.
We'll borrow and sell it for twice as much and no one will ever know.
We'll borrow and sell it for twice as much and no one will ever know. We'll borrow and sell it for twice as much and no one will ever know. The bank is broke, 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 the bank is broke. We're ruined.
I'm gonna kill myself.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
I'm gonna die.
You're gonna help me die.
Somebody call the first aid, please. Anybody, first aid. We're fucking dead.
Once a dick, always a dick.
I'm not a dick. We're shit. We're not shit.
We're douchebags.
We're not douchebags.
You're a total douchebag.
You're a bitch-faced douchebag.
I have a vision.
You have delusions.
I have my eyes on the prize.
Rise to last fucking place.
You're a pussy.
Pussy!
I'm not a pussy. I'm not a pussy. I'm a real estate man.
What?
A real estate man. Never heard of it. A real estate man is the most important businessman there is.
And how come we've never heard of it?
Because it's a brand new spanking profession. Oh! Spanking. The year is 1916 in the United States of America. Real estate is a brand new spanking we invented.
That means it's an American profession.
Why, there's nothing more American than free enterprise and the efforts of the hard-working man.
A man's got to have a right to provide a home for his family.
What's under your feet?
Horse shit.
It's the land. Stay with me. Are you with me?
Yes!
What's under your feet?
The land!
What's under my feet?
Horse shit!
Oh, it's the land, people.
Oh.
The land, the way it's used, how it's allocated, determines the very survival of our civilization. And who's driving the whole thing forward?
A horse!
A real estate man. He's the man that takes care that land ownership is enjoyed by many, not just a few.
He's a hero.
He creates homes. He builds cities. He creates industries.
Who is this guy?
Why, he's you.
Me?
He's you.
Me?
He's us.
Isn't that still horse shit that you're standing on?
I'm standing on morals. We're real estate men. We have a code.
What code?
A moral code.
What moral code?
Like in the Bible.
Sure, it's most certainly biblical. Why, it's the golden rule.
Don't dish dirt that you don't want dish back.
Don't dish dirt that you don't want dish back. Don't dish dirt that you don't want dish back. It's biblical.
Suit up for decency. We live by the golden rule. These hands mean hard work and enterprise, and self-reliance and freedom. We school. We are real estate men. We are real estate men. Our mission's to sell you a home. We are real estate men. We are real estate men. It's got to be a home you own. You own. You own. You own. We are real estate men. We are real estate men. Hey! Cut it out, cunt-face! What do you think you're doing?
You can't just join in and sing.
It's a free country. You just said you stand for freedom.
It isn't free for just anyone.
Freedom for all. All men are born free.
No, you're not.
Constitution says we're all free.
Freedom is only for people who pay their dues.
But what about freedom of speech? What about my First Amendment rights?
It doesn't count for you.
Somebody wrote them down for everybody.
Listen here, Tweety Bird.
Listen here, twat face. Listen here, snot face. Listen here, stupid face. Listen here, bitch face. Listen face, ass face. Ass face, bitch 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 face.
Pay attention! You can't just sing our song.
Copyrighted song.
They just said I sounded good.
Bitch Face is a copyrighted song, private property. This is a gated melody.
This face was copyrighted.
Bitch face, you damn straight.
Don't you sing my bitch face song.
But I feel something. Don't you feel something?
Yeah, my heart is pumping.
It's gonna pump right out of your chest.
Oh, my heart feels like it's the size of Lake Erie. It's full of... Damn it, I'm crying.
He's not supposed to be singing with us, but he's got such a great voice.
Organizing really on the money.
For real.
But it's the real estate anthem. You gotta have a license to sing the real estate anthem.
You do? I just picked it up.
Me too.
Yeah,
Just
we
started
need a
listening
tenor.
it.
You gotta work hard. You gotta study. You gotta educate yourself. And just when you think you can't work any harder, you gotta start singing.
wanted to do this.
Do what?
Be singing with y'all.
You and every two-bit squeeze box thinks that they can hop on board and make a fast buck.
It's frauds like you that give real estate a bad name.
But you don't know what I can do.
We don't. That's the point.
He's got such a great voice. He has potential.
For real.
Yeah. You and every two-bit people think that they can hop on board and make a fast buck, but the truth is, they don't know squat.
I don't know squat. Do you know squat?
I don't know squat.
I know squat.
You know squat?
You know squat.
I smoke pot with squat.
You smoke pot with squat?
I smoke pot with squat and it rock my soul.
I'm smoking pot with squat and it rock my soul. Smoking pot with squat and it rock my soul. Smoking pot with squat and it rock my soul. Smoking pot with squat and it rock my soul. Smoking pot with squat and it rock my soul. Smoking pot with squat and it rock my soul.
Pay attention! If we let in any crooks and they rip honest folks off, we all look bad.
But I'm not a crook.
Who are you then?
I'm a husband.
So what?
I'm a father.
Big deal.
Nice one.
Where do you live?
Main Street.
Oh, well, which side?
The South Side.
Oh, told you he was shady.
I own my own home.
Do you have a fence?
A white one.
Ooh, what?
How big is it?
It's a wall.
We love walls!
Where do you go to church?
St. Peter's.
Catholic! He puts the Pope before Uncle Sam. He's a spy for
Spy.
Rome. Spy!
I'm American! Same as my dad and granddad. What's your name?
Menlo Dumfinkel.
What kind of a dumbass name is that?
American.
What's your father's name?
Stoddard Dumfinkel.
What's your grandfather's name?
Bumfinkel Dumfinkel. We build cities.
What language is that?
American.
Are you sure you're not an immigrant?
I'm an American. I'm a landowner. I own 3 houses to prove it.
3 houses? We'll consider your application.
Wait.
But not before you pass the initiation rite.
The initiation rite.
It's $99.
$99.
$99.
It's usually $200.
But I don't have $99.
Installment plan is only $13.99 for 9 months. Plus, I get a commercial real estate bank for only $39.99.
$13.99 for 9 months. Can I just buy the badge?
No initiation rite, no badge.
Can I pay the fee and get my badge for free?
It'll have to be the bowling alley special.
Bowling alley.
The mystical.
The mystical, mysterious bowling alley.
Gee, I don't know. Do they have big balls there?
Really big balls.
balls.
Really big. Hard balls. Oily balls.
I've never done this before.
This is our last offer.
This is their last offer. Okay. This is their
Take
last
it.
offer.
Take
What-
it. Come on.
This is their last
Take
offer.
it.
What should I
Come on. Yeah, do it.
Where's the bowling alley?
It's a secret bowling alley.
Can I see it?
Not before you sign on the dotted line.
Then and only then will we lead you there. Blindfolded.
Blindfolded.
Blindfolded?
We'll lead you to the mystery of mysteries.
Trusted secret sites of manliness and
A place of purity and innocence.
The shining alley on the hill.
always prepared. Real estate men are always prepared. You are joining our purified community. You are joining our purified community, bonding with our brotherhood in unity.
In honest hard work and honorable enterprise, in money and patriotism, you are baptized. You are baptized. Repeat after me on this day, June 15th, 1924.
On this day, June 15th, 1924,
I, Menlo Dumfinkel pledge.
I, Menlo Dumfinkel pledge,
Strive to preserve the property values of my fellow Americans.
strive to preserve the property values of my fellow Americans.
I will give honest and trustworthy professional advice.
I will give professional, trustworthy advice.
Cross my heart, tap my hand, turn around, so help me God, amen.
Cross my heart, tap my head, turn around, so help me God, amen!
Thank you. And sure, go back and see the rest of the ritual. What happens next? The ritual is over. Yes, follow. Yes, you don't want to miss it. The year is 1924, and you understand, Initiate Fartwinkle,
It's Dumfinkel.
that in these challenging times, there is expansion of certain racial and ethnic groups.
And when these groups move in, it decreases economic value, has a deteriorating effect on property and people's willingness to live near them.
You have to understand how races and ethnicities are ranked in regards to their effect on property values if you want to protect man's property in this age of uncertainty.
You will know these race and ethnicity rankings by heart.
Race and ethnicity.
Repeat after us. I will know the 10 levels of people.
I will know the 10 levels of people.
Number 1. The English, German, Scottish, Irish, and Scandinavian have the most valuable effect on property values.
The English, German, Scottish, Irish, Scandinavians have the most effect on property.
Number 2. Northern Italians. Number 3. Bohemians, Czechs, and Slovakians. Number 4. Poles. Number 5. Lithuanians. Number 6. Greeks. Number 7. Russian Jews of the lower class. Number 8. Southern Italians. Number 9. Negroes. Number 10. Mexicans.
Number 2, Northern Italians. Number 3, Bohemians.
It's okay. We can help you. Number 3, Bohemians, Czechs, and Slovakians.
Bohemians, Czechs, and Slovakians. Number 4, Poles. Number 10, Mexicans. Who came up with this?
It's based on solid cultural and anthropological research of buyer perceptions and preferences.
You have to know who's living where to be able to give valuable professional advice.
But my mother is Mexican. Are you saying she can't live near y'all?
Does she clean houses?
What?
I'm looking for a good cleaning lady. It'd be handy to have her close by.
My mother is 90 years old.
Oh.
Does your wife clean houses?
She's a school teacher.
Oh.
And she's black.
Dodge that bullet.
We got to stand for something.
Otherwise, the whole system just falls apart.
What was he thinking?
If she can't use your comb, don't bring her home.
Isn't crossbreeding illegal? Neighborhoods are happy when everyone is the same. Same garden, same trees, same roof, same siding, same dishes, same nail polish.
I don't want my kids to go to school with black kids.
It's un-American.
We can solve this.
It's immoral.
What about protecting property values? Some code of ethics.
Our code of ethics, right on. Every day, more coons and wetbacks arrive. We gotta keep up with the times.
What if my kid goes to marries a black kid?
Whatever happened to good old Yankee ingenuity?
They're gonna rape our women.
We need to defend ourselves with every gun we can find.
But we can sell them houses.
We can?
We just have to clarify which houses to sell them. I propose a new rule.
Rules! 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 Rules, 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 rules.
I propose a new article of ethics.
A new article of ethics.
Never, ever, 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 ever be the first ones to introduce any race or nationality into a neighborhood that will bring down property values in that neighborhood.
Keep them out.
Build a wall.
Keep them out.
Build a wall. Keep them out. Build a wall. Keep them out. Build a wall.
Hey, wait a second. We can't be the first ones, but...
Can we be the second one?
If someone else ruins the neighborhood, go right ahead.
we got to stick together.
We are real estate men. We are real estate men. Our mission's to sell you a home. We are real estate men. We are real estate men. It's got to be a home you own.
Ooh, there's a jigaboo out there.
Hey, Bud, there's a thug hanging around your property.
Want us to call the
Oh,
cops?
sorry to scare you. He won't be here for long.
Is he here to mow the lawn?
Oh, yes. Yes, he's here to move the lawn.
Mr. White?
You can clean the windows after the lawn is cut.
But I'm not here to cut the lawn.
Someone from Western Reserve University will be here in 15 minutes.
Yes. Sorry, I'm early.
Hey, Bud, let us know if you need any help.
Fuck!
I like to give myself extra time, especially when I don't know the neighborhood, don't you?
Who do you think you are?
If he ain't got a rake, he's a fake.
Mr. John,
Who gave you permission to step onto this property?
I'm a professor at Western Reserve.
You're a what?
You were expecting someone from the university?
Do you have some ID? This isn't Upsdale property. I just can't let anyone in. I don't want anything to get stolen.
Here's my driver's license.
Do you have a pay stub, something from the university?
Here's today's newspaper. My picture's in the City News Center.
For robbing a bank, I think.
Professor Harold Jones to speak at NAACP dinner.
NAACP, that's communist.
Give me a reference. I gotta have some references before I show you this house.
I only have today to see the house.
I can't show you this house today because it's a mess. The owner's wife is a stripper and she works at the Lido. You've been there, right, Mandingo? That's how they can afford this place.
Okay.
There's empty bottles, underwear all over the place. They just had one of those parties.
It's gross.
You know those parties, right?
I don't think that I do.
Well, they have a trained dog to go outside. It's disgusting. It costs way too much to clean it up.
I've done the math. I can get a whole loan. I can afford it.
Math and get a whole loan. What the fuck?
Homeowners Loan Corporation.
You know what? We have a vigilant neighborhood association. Somebody probably already
Call the cops.
called the police. Do you want to get
The
arrested?
police will be here any minute. Don't fuck this up, bud.
You don't want to show me this house because I'm black. Does your company have a racial policy?
I can't afford to have a racial policy.
Then what's the issue?
It's a moral issue. Do you know what a difficult position you are putting me in?
Get him out of here, bud.
If I sell you this house, I could get my head bashed in.
Someone has to be the first one. It is a moral issue.
Don't do it, bud.
Don't
do it. Don't do it, bud. Don't do it.
I'm not making my numbers.
Don't. No.
Sold.
How could you sell to that gorilla?
Oh, people will do anything for a buck.
It's immoral!
He's a nice guy.
It's inhuman. What are you going all kumbaya on us? We need some good old Southern-style segregation.
Yes.
We need help. We need some rules.
Rules.
He has a Hulk loan. He can afford it.
Oh, that Hulk crap is guaranteeing loans to all kinds of losers.
Loser loans. Those losers are getting a handout.
We gotta tell Uncle Sam we don't want them here!
Well, but the educated ones are okay.
Not in my backyard. The government doesn't know shit about real estate values.
No one knows real estate like we do.
Hell, we could write a Bible. A goddamn real estate Bible!
That's it. We'll write a Bible. We'll tell the government how to dish out all that cash.
We're the experts without a doubt. We know our neighborhoods inside out. We'll take a load off Uncle Sam's back. We will color code right from that. Appraising all districts, parks and homes. Scrutinizing risks and poverty zones. We'll take a load off Uncle Sam's back. We will color code right from that. That's the right, our orchestra's guide. Professional advice, we will provide. Uncle Sam will sing our librettos.
Taxes won't go to shithole ghettos.
Shithole ghettos.
We'll win. We'll win the war on decency.
We'll win fair and square.
We'll win in the name of God.
In the name of Jesus
Christ. Give thanks to the Lord. Amen. We're gonna sell this land and get rich. Amen.
Let me start off by just asking, if somebody asked you what this was about, what would you say? Yes.
A very interesting, entertaining look at history of Cleveland with a focus on redlining.
Okay. Interesting look at Cleveland's history with focus on redlining. Someone else want to elaborate on that? Don't make me pull out the pop quiz. Well, that's a good assessment. What did you think about that? Did you learn something that you didn't know about the history of Cleveland? How factual was this? Do you have any history buffs in the audience, or people that didn't know how Cleveland got its start as the Western Reserve? You're killing me up here, people.
I didn't know.
You didn't know.
That was information to me.
What about the style of the piece?
It was very engaging because it was funny, but it also is poignant and gets into deeper layers, but it's very easy to absorb and kind of take in because you are enjoying it, because it's very active, a lot of motion, a lot of movement, a lot of music, singing. So that, I think that makes the message that is in the play much more palatable for an audience.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Yes?
I thought the use of what I think is commedia dell'arte as a way to add humor into this very honest history was an interesting touch. I forget who said it, but basically, when you're telling a story that could be potentially polarizing, comedy is a very interesting dive in.
Did everybody hear that?
I can enunciate it.
Because he was just saying that comedy is a good way, going back to commedia dell'arte, history, theater, majors, to present a subject that may be difficult, maybe to take the edge off, but also just to give it a different perspective. You had
I was going to say that if you took like a more documentary approach, it would have been an absolutely painful 55 minutes to watch. But like taking it full out absurdist, that you're just like highlighting how absurd it was and still is. And we think the redlining is dead, but it still happens with neighborhood steering and still loan discrimination and whatnot. So to take it and just blow it out of the water and pull out all the stops and make dick jokes and tit jokes and say fuck a lot, like it breaks the ice.
Does anyone have, taking away from the play what you saw, did it bring up anything that you are aware of as far as real estate or Cleveland or, yes?
I'm not sure if this is exactly the answer to this question, but I guess one of my favorite aspects of watching this was all the references to like what's happening right now. So like all the Trump quotes basically, like grab her by the pussy, like the wall, the shithole countries, like all of that. I think it was like really poignant to have those working in the history because it shows how it's all part of the same story.
Wow.
So that was really cool.
Can everybody hear her?
that kind of the same thing happened everywhere, and everywhere got redlined. That was history I didn't learn about until maybe 4 years ago. Like, I'd heard the term, but didn't really understand that, no, there were tiers of desirability, worthiness, and all sorts of other terrifying boxes to put people in. And yeah, that was really jarring for me to learn, like, the depth of it, the methodical, the Germanic efficiency of it all.
It felt like it was such the universal profit motive, getting rich quick, that spoke from the founding of Cleveland to today. So that made it kind of universal and easy to understand. But the other thing was that I felt like it just stopped, and I wanted it. At least I wanted the Fair Housing Act,
I didn't know about the professor. That felt like a very true story near the end when Chris took the spaghetti wig off and there was that interesting interaction. I want to know if that was based on a true story where I can look into that.
Say that again.
You wanted to know if the story of the professor wanting to buy a house was a true story, and apparently it was.
And it happened. I mean, it happened probably yesterday or something.
If there was one thing in the audience in this story that stuck out to you, what would that one thing be? Is there one particular section that made you go, or made you laugh more than the other ones, or
I don't know if
was
it's
more disturbing?
I don't know if it's a section, but just the idea of there seems to be kind of a repeating theme of making it up. Like the rules were all made up. We love rules, but like basically somebody just decided this was a rule, and we change them all the time, and we make them up on the spot when it's convenient for us or it benefits us. That kind of thing. I felt that theme was pretty big.
You're smiling.
It was funny. I liked it. I laughed pretty hard during a few parts.
You want to share which part?
When they were all being sexualized and stuff. At the end of it, she sat up and spit. That was funny.
I wasn't sure whether the bowling alley scene was just for here because we happen to be here, or whether that would be part of a long-term production. But I kind of like the fact that he took that oath in the bowling alley, because there was a point in time, when Cleveland exploded on the backs of, I don't mean negatively, but with an immigration of a lot of working class jobs and working class people, and they all bowled, have bowling leagues, and a lot of real estate people got really rich on the development of these working class neighborhoods.
And you all hear her?
Like, it was perfect that he took the oath in a bowling alley for Cleveland. That made it very Cleveland to me.
Yeah, I thought about the story I'd heard. I don't think anybody in this room, maybe a few of you are old enough to remember, but when Ralph Perk was the mayor, and they were invited to the White House, and Mrs. Perk said she couldn't go because it was on her bowling night. That's a true story. That made me think of that when you said that.
Well, and Birdtown is historically a working class part of Lakewood. And so, of course, we're in Mayhalls.
Yeah.
That's been here since as long as Birdtown was.
Okay. Everybody here? Okay. What was your takeaway? What was your takeaway from this? Like I said, if you had to go and tell somebody about the play, what would you tell them? They ask you, what was it about? What was it? I heard about this play where they're like doing puppets or weird costumes. What was that about? You're not?
Go see it.
Go see it. I love it. Yes, please tell them to come and see it. Yes, did you have somebody?
I mean, yeah, I was just going to say that what I was thinking the whole time is like the way that the story is told is more truthful than how you might hear it in a history book. Like the fact that it's so crass and it's so honest, it's like, we're making this up, like it's all biblical references to justify what we're doing. It's like, basically my takeaway is like, this style of telling the story is more truthful than like what we're taught to say. Wow.
I guess I was really interested in the songs. I don't know if they were random or pre-made. I don't know, but the bitch face is very catchy. I'm not gonna lie. I was still singing. I'm like,
right? You
Yes.
guys
Oh,
did
yeah,
that.
Oh,
I think the play was really about how the birthing of this area, the Western Reserve, was obviously so parallel to the venal corruption that reigns today, not only in the banking industry but in the real estate industry. And I thought that was very clear. To me, that's really what it's about, much less a history of real estate in Northeast Ohio. And I think that I loved I thought the music was great. I loved the lyrics. I think they were very catchy. I think I would have liked it a little bit more historical fact, just like in the beginning. I mean, I remember reading letters written by Cleveland, General Cleveland, and talking about how he had to persuade the Native American people here to like take the deal, and they were going to have to leave either way, and it'd be much better off for them to leave without dying. And I think there's some elements that could be enriched a little bit. I love the idea of the rules that you keep talking about, how the rules are just constantly being reinvented to like protect the ruling class. With the Western Reserve Connecticut company, and now with the banks, they just reinvent them to make it so they're more profitable. I thought that was very clear.
Thank you. Well, does anyone else have a parting shot they want to leave with us? A parting comment, parting observation?
I'm just thinking the history of real estate that I've learned, like the next step is obviously to get into restrictive covenant deeds, and like that's more of just the rules, and taking it all, like you could take it all the way to today, take it through the 2008 collapse, and it's all just rules, making up the rules. And I think, like it started with you, but yeah, it's just, that's the theme, is that we're just bullshitting rules all the time.
Thank you. People have made some really interesting comments, very eye-opening observations. My parting comment is, this is what's happening now. We're living in a city and in a country where gentrification and walls and us versus them is very much the news story of the day, every day. So keep your ears to the ground, keep your eyes open, and decide what you're going to do about it. Thank you, everybody.